Hello, lovely beings, on this rice call this morning. And everybody's very welcome. And also, people are welcome to see it also later. And people that are interested in Healy, for them, it's also going to be a very interesting talk. And I'm like not even that long part of the Healy, but I really, really love it. I'm already an energy healer for many years, and I really love like energy healing. I do energy healing for years, and my mom is also energy healer, and I come from a place called Heal even. I have like clients all over the world, and I really love connecting with people, and also love that I can give my healing to everybody. And I now have a new like the Healy, and I really am like happy that I can do healings also with the Healy. So I already had like quite some people also sending them frequencies with the Healy. So I'm very happy to share that also now. And first we're going to talk about what are the Healy programs that we really love the most. I love really like the care program. That's in the gold program, and I really love that. And I do that often. That is one of my go-to programs. The first time I really felt the difference in my energy is after I was one day away, going to a city, like shopping all day, and I was exhausted when I came home in the evening. And um, I was so tired. I did a care program, and then I did it, and I finally felt so much more energy. And I made videos, and I made like all sorts of things. And I really felt again like really inspiration after I thought I would do nothing anymore. So that is really like really my go-to program when I really need like some care, like really like, oh, I need some care right now. And that is really my go-to program. And another one that I really like is the chakra program. So I really like it, that I really can I really like feel that well, like, oh, I need because I'm also a yoga teacher, and I did a lot about with the chakras, and I really feel like, oh, this chakra, I need some I feel something here, especially also when I feel like my throat, when I start like my voice, I hear it myself and it changes a bit. I'm like, oh, now I need to have a throat program, or now I need this. I feel this when like intuitively very much which program I need. So yesterday I did the heart, another day I did throat, and another time the crown chakra. So that is something that I really like doing as well, like really feeling into which program I need in the moment. And I doing also did the protocol for the Power of Three program. I'm doing now the last. This is like you do that program. So you do first like the right um, the frequencies of the Power of Three program. So I'm doing the last ones. I do the Pitta and the Vata and the Kapha program. And that is also, there's a protocol for doing 9 weeks, and you do several programs in it. And that is also to expel like energetically, physically, and mentally, also like bacteria and viruses, but also parasites. So that is what I'm doing as well at the moment. And that is also one of the reasons like that I also really loved having in the Healy, because I did some research also about the Zapper protocol that really expels parasites in your body. So I'm really happy that the Healy also has this program in it as well. And you can do it just all the programs separately in the program of 3, but I saw the protocol, so I'm doing the protocol. And that is also something that you can find online and in the Healy as well, the information is the power of three protocol to really really let go of all sorts of things in you. And another program I like is the mental balance. Like there's also different programs. Yeah, I love that too. And think emotional well-being or well-being of the soul. And there's some really, really nice programs in there as well, what you can really do and really feel that goodness inside of you. And so that kind of programs I also like doing. And yeah, and I like also the Soul Cycle program. I got the Soul Cycle program free with my Healy when I got it. And there's also some really nice programs in there that I really like doing as well. And the one that I sometimes also go to is for like confidence and self-confidence. So whenever I feel like, oh, I can use some of that, I take that as well. And for the programs, those are the programs for the Healy, if you have the programs on yourself. But I also like the programs for Healy, like the Blue app for distance. And then I really love the Alaskan jam elixir. The jams. I really love crystals anyway. I have crystals everywhere. Alaskan jam elixirs, and I really love that as well. And also to give it to others, but also for myself. And I really love that. And it's always so resonating what comes out. It's always so perfectly how I feel it. And a lot of times also programs come out with crystals that I already have. So it's really, I really feel that, yeah, that's a really amazing program. But also the Bach flower, I also love that because I already worked with the Bach flower as well before, and I really feel the healing frequencies of that. So when I do it with the Healy, I also really feel that. And another one that I really love is the Schüssler salts. I also work with the Schüssler salts as well. And that is also something that is really beneficial for me when I do.
I've lost your sound.
Oh, it's good that you tell me. I was
Yeah,
mute. I
no,
started with being mute, so
okay,
I'm
that's
back.
fine now.
Thank you. And yeah, so and what I also love is the aura scan. I really love I have the Healy Resonance Plus because I'm doing healings and I do also healings from distance. So that's why I really love I really bought the Healy Resonance Plus because I wanted to do the scan and also the coaching analysis. So that's why I bought the Healy Resonance Plus, and I really love doing that as well. The aura scan, and to really see like, hey, what kind of chakras do need like more um, energy, and really seeing which can benefit for the chakras. And it's also very resonating always. Like I was like, yeah, this chakra can really use something. And I also really love the coaching analysis. And even before I got the Healy, I did one with Karina, and I really was like, what came out was really like so spot on for me. And when she sent the frequencies, I really felt a shift in me. When after she like what everything was like what I wanted was before. It's like a dream, like I wanted this. And once she sent me the frequencies, I felt it's all possible. It's like in the inner knowing. Like she's like she had the frequencies. I felt that inner knowing in myself after the coaching analysis. So it was really a shift in my perspective. So I'm really happy that I now can be able to do this on myself, but also others. And I want to ask you, what kind of programs is really that you love?
My go-to program is the Goal Cycle Release. I think maybe sometimes I feel some pain and some resistance, and every time I do the release program, the next day I feel lighter. I feel more in the flow with myself. So I often do the Gold Cycle Release program. Like you said, the care one is very good as well. If you want to, feel your body as a whole and you feel better, you feel more energized. The immunity system becomes stronger with the care program. I often do mental balance, the inner unity program. The inner unity is when I feel like I've got this split. One part is the good one and the other one is still there at the back of my head. And when I want to integrate everything, I do use the inner unity program, and I find it really, really helpful. Alaskan Gems elixirs is one of my favorite because I don't know, I think I have something with the crystals as well, and I'm always fascinated by them, and I can't have them all. I can't have them, all of them. So I'm happy that the Alaskan Gem elixirs has, so many, 48 of them. And when I do an analysis on myself, it's really speaking to me. And Jade with the living in the present moment and stay connected and stay focused. Bloodstone because it's one of my birthstone, and again it helps me to connect. Then I don't know if you tried this one from the Job Sleep program. There is one called Bed Rest. And I try to do it as often as possible, the bed rest one, because I know it's got the vagus nerve, and I've read a little bit about the vagus nerve. That is the one that is responsible for the inflammations in your body, and it can reduce the inflammations, and it can, restore the harmony and balance. And next day you feel better. You do feel better. I don't know. I use the auras. I'm a little bit beginner because I don't know how often I should scan the aura. Uh, some say once a week. Some say you can do it more often. So here I have to still experience because I'm not entirely confident on how often should I scan my aura. But I do like it because it gives me the low energy levels that I sometimes really, relate to. If I've got a problem of communication, then the throat chakra comes out with a low energy level. If I cannot, I don't know, connect with my higher self, I feel that the forehead is low energy. And so it's really, really useful, the aura. I've got the Healy professional one, and I'm happy I can do resonance coaching and aura analysis whenever I want.
Nice, thank you. And oh, by the way, I've Karina's name under here because I was like hosting for her, so that's why her name is still underneath, and I will. But I don't want to change it, so she can use it next time again. So, and then there's another one. It's like, how do you bring like, um, what are the most remarkable healing stories that you have had with the Healy? What kind of things really happened with people or with yourself that were really remarkable, that you really like saw a shift or felt a shift, that they were like the biggest things that really happened? For me, it's like one time my mom was really like, and she lives in Holland, so I did. She was like really, really in a yeah. She did was like depleted in energy and everything, and I gave her, I think, the aura scan, and I gave her the Alaskan Gem Elixir and Schuster salts as well. And while I was like sending the frequencies, especially the one with, I think, the aura scan, when I was sending the frequencies for 6 minutes, she was like burping all the time. And she is like also an energy healing, and she needs like with transmuting the energy, she does burping, and I did it too with the healings. I also need to burp, and that's why I feel something shifts. So my mom was burping the whole 6 minutes, and then after she felt so much better. She was like, "Oh, thank you so much. I feel so much better. I feel like 20 kilos lighter." And she really felt the difference, like very much in the moment. So she really was like really like astounded with it, because she was like a bit skeptical, and she was really like, "Oh yeah, this really helps, and this really does something." And I really love that it's like, even on a distance, that it can really like really make a difference, and but also I understand that not everybody feels it, like is as sensitive as other people. So and I especially have, like, when I do the diagnosis, like people that are like a bit skeptic, when you have the diagnosis with the aura scan, or I did um, recently also with the psyche with my partner, and he was like, "How does this device know how I'm feeling exactly?" But it's like always like so spot on. And I also had last week a friend with the coaching analysis, and it was also like so perfectly spot on, where you see exactly what kind of parts are doing good, and what kind of parts are not going good. And it's always also really so spot on. So it's really like, even the people that are a bit skeptic, they see exactly like, oh, this is exactly. And especially with the aura scan as well, like whatever comes out there, and the people is like, oh yeah, this is exactly me. It's like yeah, I know now also where I need to work on for longer term. So that is always really, really resonating. But especially with my mom one, I saw it in front of my eyes happening, the difference, while I was sending the frequencies. So that's really interesting. And I also liked. I also had one time I did the pure. I did a pure program on my partner, when the gold on my partner, and while he got all the frequencies, I was checking them at the same time in my computer, which frequencies were sent to him. So I wrote them down and I checked them, and they were exactly like, I saw, like, found like the right frequencies for like certain things, tinnitus, the kidneys, the eyes, and there were like a whole list. And I told him later, this is for this and this and this and this, and he says like, this was exactly what I needed on all parts. So that's why I think the Healy, it's like you can do like, it gives you so much the frequencies exactly that you need, and exactly the right frequencies, and you still get also the frequencies of the Rife that were already like established by Rife, like this kind of frequencies that people need for this, and this is what I need for this, and that does the Healy exactly. So it really gives the frequencies on all different levels, and that's exactly the things that people need for to be more healthy and more whole. And this is like, I'm still astounded by it all the time. So every every time when I do something with Healy, and especially I really like to do it also with my partner, because he's sometimes quite a bit skeptic, and then Also, when I did the eye harmony, that's also on the program, and he really sees like a difference. He had actually things coming out of his eyes, and he saw a bit better. And so he was like, "Oh yeah, it really works." So I really like, I see the confirmation of it
So
all the time. So
regarding this, I was just like experiencing a noise in my right ear for like not very often, but from time to time. And I did from the digital nutrition one program, I did the ear harmony program. I never had issue with my ear ever since. And I think it's because it's the also the focus that I want, the problem to be resolved, but it's also really, really good. So I never had the problem with the noise in my ear since I've done that. So I think it's amazing. Yes, sometimes we don't probably use it as much as we should, but it's really good.
yes, and it is so versatile because there are so many different programs on it. So that's why it's also so good. And maybe you want to tell about like certain stories about like the healing frequency, like the healing what you had, really remarkable stories that you've been through.
So I'm trying to always present what I use, because when I am the Healy, then I can present it better to the people, to the prospects. Sometimes the people are very, very keen to find out more. Sometimes they are a bit skeptical, like you said. It's always my experience that I want to put out there, to be able to know how to perfectly work with the frequencies and the power that they have. And then when I'm confident that, of course, uh, the work, it's more obvious and it's more out there for the people. And I think I think the bioenergetic support, the coherence one, it's the frequencies that I'm using when I think I can't express myself. So when I run this program, I feel more in flow and more at ease to put out there my thoughts, to write something about a program that I use, or what is it good for, what are the benefits, how it expands the consciousness. And yes, I mean, I'm still at the level when I'm learning myself as I use it. But I had this friend of mine that got the Healy from me, and when she tried all the gold cycle programs, she really, really felt at in the flow, at ease. She said, "Oh, I wake up next day and I go to work and I'm able to accomplish all of my tasks." And yes, I mean, it does work. You can't say otherwise, we wouldn't be here today. So I find it amazing, and I have to check more the right frequencies, because when I run a program, I do see these frequencies that are like a 581, I don't know, 148, and I need to really see in the list, exactly like you said, for your partner, what are they for? Because once I know exactly, then I know how the energy has been given to me, and what is it for exactly, and how it should benefit me at the best.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's really interesting how it works and what kind of programs you can do. But the gold programs on itself are already really amazing. And I also wanted to talk about like how you can incorporate, and I really love that in the Healy, how you can really incorporate everything what you did already before. So so I really like, I'm an energy healer, so I know a lot about healing already. I'm also a yoga and meditation teacher, and that is really like, and I know a lot about crystals as well, and I really love them. So for me, the Healy is really perfect to incorporate everything already what I learned about, like with the chakras. I can because I had recently a talk with someone who didn't even know that much about the chakras. So it's really good that I can really explain them very well about what they can do, and also what they can do about certain things, and for the long run if they want to work on a certain chakra themselves. And also with all explaining the things, also with Alex and Gem elixirs. I've There's quite some things that I know already from certain uh, gems and crystals, so I can say even more information about it. So I was like, recently someone had like a tourmaline that I have here also, for certain for letting go of negative energy. It said for letting go of negative energy for like mental, emotional, and physical. And I told the woman that I had like these things everywhere, like from my television and near my laptop, and I could actually say to her also that it's also really good for radiation, and I have them in front of my devices, and I could even tell her where she could get one herself if she wanted. So that is really like you can incorporate it everything. And also with I had one time I gave I gave my father also frequencies when he was really not good in a certain moment, and I really like I did the shiso salts and the Bach flower, and while sending in the frequencies, after sending the frequencies, I checked which Bach flower was also good for him to take. So my mom could get the Bach flower and give it to him physically as well. So next me giving the frequencies, but she could also get it. And so that was really beneficial. And he really was much better after it. So it's really like nice if you can really incorporate everything, and if you know certain things a bit more. And I also like it to like, because I know I also ask people what kind of resonance they have with kind of things. If they know already about the Bach flower or Schuster salts, they understand a bit more about them. So then they're also very much like understanding, oh yeah, this one I already knew, and this one. So it's like resonates with people more, I feel, when they already knew about it and understand about it. But I also had that because my mom was already doing Schuster salts already long time ago. So that's why I also, yeah, that I know how beneficial they are, like just having them physically already, like the Bach flower and the Schuster salts. I
The
both got
shoeless
them
salt I
before.
haven't tried yet. I have to try this, the shoeless salt. I have to try it myself. I haven't had the chance yet. But if you say they are really good, I'm gonna try it.
Yes, and that is really like, and that is like, yeah, everything what you already know, you can really incorporate in this. Also with the coaching, and also with the aura scan, and also with the like the chakras. And I really love how I can incorporate all the healing that I did and all the self work what I did already on myself, that I can really incorporate this in the Healy as well, and can help even people even better with everything what I learned already before. And I'm also curious about the things that you already like did before, and how you incorporate them in your Healy.
Uh, well, I've started with studying a lot about the law of attraction quite a few years ago, and you know, all these spiritual writers that I was resonating with. And I one day felt that things are not like this, and there is another way. And I just wanted to find out more about life, about myself. How can I discover how things work and how the energy works? And I think it was I don't know, maybe 9, 10 years that I was on this path, but I was always feeling some resistance. Every time I was reading more and more, or doing more work, or going to yoga classes, I couldn't let go of this resistance. And then I came across Healy. And with Healy, I think I've expanded my consciousness even more, because I saw the um, infinite possibilities. How do I express myself? And all this knowledge that I have accumulated through reading all these spiritual authors, it felt like I could have them with me every day if I was using Healy. So, because when you do an analysis, it really reads and scans maybe some past traumas that I got from my ancestors, or maybe something that I wasn't aware of. And when you read the information from the scans, it really leaves you like this: wow, look, it might be this, or it might be that. And then all that I knew, it felt like I had it here, and I can use it, and I can, have it at the click of my finger, how it say, every day. And I was very, very happy to have it and to use it. And I'm very curious every day of what can I do with the programs.
Yeah, and what you said that reminded me of something. It's like when Karina did coaching scan on me, it found out like that I had some financial blocks that came from my ancestors, that like karmic things, blockages. And that is so cool, because like you don't even know what is blocking you sometimes, and you don't even know like what is happening. And and that the Healy also does that, takes away these things. That was for me like, wow, that even does this. Because I do that also with my healings. I take maybe like family karma and all sorts of things, but I was not aware that the Healy also does that. So I was really like, yeah, impressed by that. That it also, and but it also, I immediately felt the shifts when I got the frequencies. So that's why I really love the Healy as like a diagnose device, seeing where the things need to be, like I need to focus on. And you can also see it like, you can incorporate it yourself, like, yes, what you said, like, what chakra do I need to work on, or what do I need to do. And then you can incorporate that yourself, but also really good as a diagnosis, like, yeah, what I actually am I going through? Oh yeah, this is happening in my reality. And then the Healy, like, sometimes we know already, but sometimes we can't like really grasp it, what it exactly is. And then you see like the diagnose in the Healy, and you're like, oh yeah, this is and this. And then you not only have the diagnose, but you can even set the frequencies to harmonize it. So it's, I really I really love the Healy, and I'm really happy that I have it. And I really see it as a tool, like, to help myself and to help others, and that you can also share it with others, and so they buy it through you, and you also make income from that. That's just like even bonus. And that is really so cool that it's like all possible. And I myself don't know that much about the corporation yet, but I know from Christina and from Karina, really, like, they really have your best interests in hand, and they really want to heal much more people, and they really want to they really make a healing device that really they want it for everybody, and that's why they made this, so everybody can have a Healy at the home and really work on their well-being for themselves and others. And that is really, really beautiful vision, and what they have. And yeah, so I'm just quite new in it, but I'm very enthusiastic already, so really happy with it. And yeah, so I'm happy that I could share all my things that I really felt with it, and I discovered the
Thank
past
you.
months.
Yes, I'm happy to. Thank you.
That's great. That's great. So thank you for being here, and I wish everybody has a Healy, and I wish everybody health and happiness in general already. But also I wish everybody like that, like you can really like it's really amazing, and it's really a frequency shift in your whole life. Because the first time I talked with Karina about it, I said, I know I have my energy devices. I'm doing already healing, and so, and really it was a shift in my consciousness as well. And now I really love it, and I can whatever programs I can use in the moment, and I really see a shift in me, and I'm really grateful that I can also work with it from a distance on others. So really amazing. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. See you
Yeah.
soon.
Yes, and sharing your stories about the Healy. And thank you everybody for seeing this. Also for the people that see this later, and the people that are interested in it. Thank you for listening to us. And if you have any questions, go to the people that sent you this for any questions or information, and they will be happy to give that to you. So thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye bye.